I think the worst feeling ever is insignificance, followed shortly by helplessness. The feeling that you can't do anything about this situation, or the feeling of whatever you do now doesn't matter. I want to take this personal essay project and explore how I got over that. Uh, because a few months ago, I definitely faced some of it. It's nothing crazy. Uh, it was just I suddenly realized how insignificant planet Earth was, and furthermore, how insignificant humans are. I had just started doing a bit of research on space. Space has always interested me. It's always frightened me a little bit. Just the roiling galaxies that are out there, the vast nebulas, the amazing planets where sometimes there is only water or there is only dead rock. So, in this research of space, I came across Boots Void. Boots Void is the largest supervoid in our known universe, and it's roughly 330 million light years across. So that's if you're traveling from one side to the other. And it's a weirder shape, so traveling from the farthest side to the other farthest side. Now, for reference, you would need about 100 million Milky Ways just to reach one end to the other. And that's a lot, to say the least. I mean, that's a scale that is really hard to fathom. Like, trying to comprehend how big that emptiness is, it frightened me. Because we need 100 million Milky Ways. I mean, we need thousands, if not millions, more Earths to reach that same distance. And by extent, how insignificant and small we are compared to that. I mean, we little specks, we are little insects living on a tiny little piece of dust floating out in the entire cosmos. So how can anything we do matter? That's what I was kind of dealing with for a while, was just the how does anything we do as humans affect anything else in the universe? How can whatever we possibly do matter beyond our own just human relations? And if humans don't matter in the first place, then what's the point of anything? Uh, pretty light stuff just to be thinking about on the offhand between classes. Um, but it really got me down for a bit, definitely. Uh, it was hard to wake up in the morning and crawl out of bed and get to my first class in the day when it felt like nothing mattered. I just had the overwhelming sense of helplessness and insignificance. I felt like an ant in Texas. Like there is just nothing I can do that's going to affect Texas at all, let alone anything important for the whole United States. Uh, Excuse the metaphors I use in this video. So, trying to get out of this rut, I found chaos theory and the butterfly effect. Now, chaos theory has made a couple of mentions and a couple of appearances in media, primarily Jurassic Park. Dr. Ian Malcolm's has a few offhand comments about it, but it's not really something that's explored too much. And the butterfly effect is a rather simple concept that really, really helps with feeling insignificant, and I hope it helps you as well. So, the butterfly effect, and I'll get into chaos theory and all of that in a second here, but the butterfly effect is the idea that a small event has a non-linear or untrackable correlation to another event. That's the primary idea of it. The butterfly effect gets its name from its creator, its founder, the person who kind of brought this idea into being, Edward Lorenz. Lorenz was a scientist who was researching weather patterns, and And during that time, he realized how untrackable the weather is. Even today, with modern technology, it's hard to see what weather is going to look like 2 weeks out with 100% certainty. And Lorentz, who kind of became the father of chaos theory itself, he wrote in a couple of his essays and his journals, and the things that he kind of started speaking about as he gained popularity, was this butterfly effect. The idea of a non-linear correlation between a small event and a major event. The general metaphor used for the butterfly effect and how it got its name is that when a butterfly flaps its wings in India, a small change of air pressure could result in a tornado in Iowa. Now, it seems like a bit of a stretch for this minor event to cause this massive one, but that's the whole point. This small, tiny, seemingly insignificant butterfly, just in a wing beat, it sends enough chaos and enough chance and randomness out into the universe, enough movement, that a wind current changes here and a wind current changes there, and so forth, and it spirals, and it becomes grandiose, and suddenly there's weather warnings and there's tornadoes, and that's just because of one butterfly. And the same goes in the opposite direction. A butterfly's wings could stop a tornado. It's just the idea that that insignificant little thing created something grand, something amazing. Now, amazingly destructive in the case of the tornado, but grand nonetheless, something that outscales the butterfly 1,000 to 1. So the butterfly effect helps me get through life, because we are those butterflies. We are a planet of butterflies, really. There are about 8 billion of us, with numbers constantly going upwards of that. And we're not just beating our wings around. We are making strides in science. We are making art. We are constructing buildings. We are congregating together to build cities, to build governments, we have found discoveries in the realm of science with artificial intelligence, with nuclear fission. I mean, we aren't just making wing flaps. As a people, as the greater human populace, we are doing so much all at once. And going down from that, me, you, us, the singular individual people, do so much in a single day that seems just as natural as flying for the butterfly. We walk to our cars, we eat food in the morning, we talk to each other, sending out sound waves, we have ideas, we create, we type, we do everything, we breathe, we blink. These are simple, seemingly insignificant ideas that we might never know that they're going to be important. Our offhand comment at a coffee shop could lead someone to write a novel, which leads something to a TV show, which inspires another artist to make this fantastic piece that outdoes Picasso, and we will never really know that correlation. We'll never understand that, because our conversation isn't the starting point, because we've had conversations before that. We have implicit biases, we have entire lives lived, we have ancestors, we have parents raising us, we have friends to talk to, and all of that led to that conversation in so many distant ways. We have impacts on everything. We just don't always see it. And so for me, the first part of getting over that insignificance and that helplessness was realizing that we might not understand how, but everything we do is important, and it has a ripple effect. So I just want you to keep that in mind, is that everything has an outcome. Every cause has an effect, and whatever you do, you might not see the greater purpose of it, but it has scientifically a greater purpose. Eventually, it will lead to something amazing. I implore you that when you feel insignificant, when you feel down in life, when you feel like nothing matters, remember that just breathing has an effect on the world, has an effect on the universe, has an effect on everything and everyone that ever will be. And that's all you have to do is breathe. That's all you have to do. And when you're ready to do more, when you're ready to leave the house, leave the house. And when you're ready to change the world single-handedly, go out and do it. Because no one else is going to. You're a wholly unique individual with wholly unique experiences. So what you do, it's only going to happen once in a lifetime, and it's only going to happen once in this universe. My personal philosophy is that everything we do matters. It's as simple as that. You matter, and I matter. Everything matters in our life, and everything we do will matter. So we have to keep living, and we have to keep doing things. Because why will we squander our chance to change the world? Or at least change the people in it for the better?